The Stanley Parable. So, people say they keep face cam. Okay, so we're gonna keep the face cam. I might want to make it a little bit smaller though. I don't necessarily like it this big. So let's just, there we go. Nice little corner down the bottom. I don't want to block too much, especially in a game that was subtitled. Actually, drag and move myself up here so that I'm definitely not in the way of subtitles. That's a good idea, I think. Good idea. So, let me explain how this works for those who weren't here last week. I am playing Stanley Parable. The chat decides where I go. The only thing that the chat does not decide is the chat cannot force me to see an ending I've already seen. Let me just quickly look up the list of endings. What have I seen so far? We have seen the confusion ending, the insane ending, the museum ending, the bomb ending, the choice ending, the death ending, the space ending, and that's about... Oh, we've also seen some of the endings that don't really make sense, like the broom closet. We've went and seen all the broom closet, which is pretty cool. For some reason, I'm not actually hearing the game. Did I turn it off? Or did I mute it? I need to check this. Playback devices. Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Okay, where's the volume mixer? For some reason, I'm not hearing the game. And I'm guessing you're not either, so... Why is that? It was working earlier. Oh, hey Dax! Welcome, Dax. I'm trying to figure out why the Stanley Parable's not playing audio. Alright, let me just restart the game. No big loss. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Let's turn it back on. Let's see what happens. People say they hear it, but I don't. Oh! Okay, let me explain something to some people. And since we're not actually going to be playing the game for a second, let me switch back to this. This headset right here, is both amazing and a piece of crap. It's amazing because I actually like, well, for the most part, I like the quality of the microphone. Not as good as a condenser, obviously. But what I hate is I hate this little thing. This thing controls basically everything. I have the mic on and hear me, unless I have it switched on, which is kind of cool. And then there are two little knobs. One's for game, that goes up and down. And the other one doesn't work, because these headphones were meant for a 360. And even though it says PC on the box, when I bought it, it's meant for 360. So there's only one volume slider, and the worst thing about it is that it's so finicky. When I'm just like turning, it's like right here on my chest, and it'll actually move the volume slider. So the reason I couldn't hear anything, because it was turned all the way freaking down. Anyway, Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable. Ah! I didn't mean to start yet. Damn it. What's going on? Oh, it's not responding. Oh, jeez. What is going on? Okay. Now it's loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employed.
Oh yeah, and I turned off the music because I was playing with this yesterday, so the music's off.
His job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he
pushed buttons on a keyboard. Skip this. Oh, actually, audio. Turn the music back up. Woo! Okay, so what ending did I want to do first? Well, let's start off with this ending.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
No, he
What if
couldn't.
he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
I wish I could jump on this
In
chair.
here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
Can't hide under the
But
desk.
the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay, I need to quickly check something. Okay, there we go. The blue ending! Or the blue opening.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Woo!
He had simply missed a memo.
We made it to the whiteboard ending! Console bark. Bark. Unknown command. That is bark, right? B-A-R-K. Alright. So, we found the whiteboard ending. There's a new one. 2 new endings in so little time. It's awesome.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Okay.
he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? Come on, chat. Give us an answer. Left. Left it is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
And a ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively against your other coworkers. Resent your coworkers for not supporting you more. Because it's all about support, man. It's about love and kindness. Using sides to assure employees that everything is okay. Anyway, what else is going on here? I never actually spent time to do. Synergize core value expenditures. Monetize monetize free to play. Oh, zing. Targets. Push for funding R&D of new coffee machine. Standard graphs. Not as efficient money-wise. Get Chris out of the... We gotta go save Chris! Chris is in the broom closet. I say bloom closet.
Stanley
Chris!
stepped into the broom closet.
Chris!
Nothing here, so he
Chris!
turned around and got back on track.
Chris! Where's Chris? Chris is supposed to be here! I don't know what happened! Where's Chris?
There was nothing here.
They killed
no
Chris.
Choice to make, no path to follow.
They must
just
have
an
killed
empty
Chris.
broom closet. No reason to still be here.
They killed everyone.
Coming up the
no.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Regular bathroom? Oh. I could have sworn you could actually get in there. Alright, now I'm not going to actually break it because last time we were here I skipped all the dialogue that was in this room, so we're going to actually listen to it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Can't read that.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Now that would have given you an achievement, except I already got it. Actually, what achievements?
Stanley just sat around
What achievements do I not have? I'm curious now. I don't have play the Stanley Parable for the entirety of a Tuesday. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. That'll be interesting. And don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. It's actually a thing. But I was able to get this today while I was screwing around. I got the unachievable achievement. It's impossible to get this achievement. But I got it. You'd be surprised how many people actually have the unachievable achievement. Anyway, back to the game.
his thumbs.
What did he say it was? 2, 8,
since he could never
4,
know,
5.
Combinate, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I can't actually access this after I typed in the numbers. I tried pressing 8, but nothing happened. Sorry, Dax. Does it actually keep doing stuff if you keep hitting 8? Let me know. Anyway, down we go. Is there an ending down here we missed? Oh yeah, we never actually did the actual ending, because that one's down here, which is following the narrator all the way through. Which is basically the only ending left, so I'm not going to bother asking chat.
Stanley realized he
At least I think that is.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah.
Why did he feel this
Oh.
now?
Ah.
For years, it had never occurred.
There is a secret ending.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Don't play a game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
The escape ending is so tempting. Shame we already did it last week. The things I do for the stream. Light bulb!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
To be fair, this is a fairly poorly designed room. Like, for the game-wise, it's probably... It's pretty good, because it does what it needs to do. But, like, as an actual place...
Now the monitors jumped to life.
I don't get why you would have all these platforms that would only come up at certain times.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals.
The hell is that one?
Images on a screen.
Why can't I zoom in?
One of them eternally monitored in this
Damn
place
it.
where freedom meant nothing.
I want to zoom in. Apparently an employee works in the stairwell. That's kind of hilarious.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yep. Trying to remember how they get the secret disco party ending. There's a secret disco party ending. Ugh. The instruction says I have to go hit the light bulb button, but the light bulb button's all the way the frig back there, and I can't do it now that I've pressed this button. That's weird. Oh well.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Pirate.
accept it.
Dirty
His own
pirate.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to wait, but... Eh.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
It's beautiful.
what to do, or how to feel.
God.
Whatever life he lived, it would be his. And that was all he
So
needed.
beautiful.
It was
So
perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Not gonna lie. I think I'd prefer to play Skyrim. Oh,
Stanley felt
can't
the
even
cool
control it.
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
so am I. Finally finished that ending. But is it the last one? No, wait.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How's that sound? It's weird.
When Stanley came to a set of
Left
doors,
or right?
on his left.
Left or right? Right! I got it right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
$1.25?
Simply stood here.
Outrageous! What happens if I stand here for a bit? Ooh. I really wish you could zoom in. Like, I want to read half this thing, although it's probably just like
Yes,
textures.
Really worth it being here in the room.
I thought so.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yep.
Really worth it.
Yep, yep. Ooh, coffee. What's it say on the coffee mug? Coffee nut.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Not surprised. Stanley can be a little creepy sometimes.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Left
He took the
or
first open door on his
straight?
left to get back to business.
Forward. Left or forward? What does the chat say? What does the chat say? Okay, left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and
I should point out that another rule that I do is that if I
yet there was not
pick
a
your
single
answer
person here
for one direction, I
Feeling
ignore you
relieved
for a
at
bit.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No.
Stepping in,
Perfect. Now we gotta go all the way back to Office 427. And let's see if I broke the game again. There's the broom closet. Now, last time I was here, it was this door right up here that was closed. Let's open this. It's... The fuck? Now do I go back to the boss's office or something? I thought I was supposed to go back to Stanley's room, and that's where the escape pod was. It could be up at the boss's office. That's where the escape pod is. We'll find out. We will find out. Because I'm bored. So very bored. I don't know what to frick do. What the frig do I do? Ah, screw this. This is escape pod ending. Hello, Google. Google. Stanley Parable. Escape pod. How do you get the escape pod ending? Apparently, this is a well-known glitch with the escape pod ending. But yeah, you are supposed to go all the way back to 427. The door is not supposed to close. Well then. Alrighty then. Let's try this dance again. This one's new. Ignoring the chat.
When he came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
Blazing my own trail.
left.
Trail reblaze. Eldorado. Must find Eldorado. Trail reblaze. Through space. In time.
Yet there was
TARDIS.
not a single person here either.
Doo-doo-doo.
Feeling a
Doo-doo-doo.
wave of disbelief,
Doo-doo-doo.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Sorry.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
We're gonna go to the disco theme. There's no other reason to come down here. I just want to see the disco ending. I must see the disco ending. So according to the people in the chat, the disco ending starts by just sitting and waiting, and the gate apparently just opens back up. So we shall see. We shall see.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Crazy!
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's see how long this takes. Yeah, these really do frickin' suck. So how's it going, buddy? I haven't talked to you since I, like, left you for dead. Okay. Let's go. Disco, disco, disco lights. Gonna light some disco lights. Disco, disco, disco lights. Gonna light some disco lights. Disco, disco, disco lights. Everybody ready for the party? How long does this last for? That's a good question. I got bored. Face palm.
But Stanley's...
Fuck. I did not want to see that ending. Sorry. Let's get out of the room. Face punch. Ha!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hello, chat. Oh, actually. Let me double check the ending list. Pretty sure there's no reason for us to go left anymore. Well, let's see. We didn't do the awaiting input. Oh, well, I could try the... Yeah, okay. Let's try the broken ending one more time. And then we'll go do the... Well, one of the other ones.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all...
No, we don't. We don't know the drill by now. There is no broom closet ending. There really isn't a broom closet ending. It's just you sitting in the broom closet for like ever. Will she close? Ah, hey, we made it. Nice. 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 I like how it actually resets, because we had a shorter version on the way in. Thankfully, I know the way. There we go. Just for the ending's sake. Am I now? Oh, jeez. Up we go. Stairs! My nemesis! Nemesi. Nemesis. Nemesis. Come on. 58. Why do you have 600 floors in a building anyway? That doesn't make nearly any sense. No sense. 0 cents. Also doesn't help that this place is very poorly lit. Escape pod launch bay. Escape! Escape! It's a blinking light over there. We must escape! Did it work? Are we free? Yep, we're free. We're free! Okay. What have we not done yet? We did the whiteboard. We haven't done the heaven ending. That requires 4 restarts. Nah. If you want to see the heaven ending, you can get the game yourself. So, I know what ending I want. So I'm going to go for it. I know where I'm going. So I'm going to go there. And you're going to follow.
The correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Nah, we're doing perfectly fine.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
That's red, right?
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Sure.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Left, right, center. So the new door is the right door. Center, center, center. Everybody says center. Center door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What does the chat say? There's 2. Chat says 2. 3. A couple of people say 3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
Nope.
Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Come on, actually use my Steam info. Ah. It'd be great if they actually took your Steam info. That would be amazing. Okay. Left, right, center. Let's see. What does the chat say? That was bad. I apologize. I shouldn't have made that joke. Right? We got one right. Do we have more? Is there a second? We have another center. I don't know. I'm thinking about the center one. Bunch of rights. We'll go right.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
5. Let's give it a 5.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
A new
Now
game?
would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Ah.
Let me boot it up.
I already know what's coming. Oh, wait.
The baby crawls left
No, I
towards
don't.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
No, I'm not willing to sit here for 4 hours, that's why.
I'm completely out of ideas.
Though it does
I
exist,
can't
that ending
think
does
of a
exist, I've
single
seen it.
thing that might improve the
I never did it
experience
myself,
for
I
me.
looked it up on YouTube.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I know it's coming.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create
Inventory
to fulfill
doesn't
a
work.
greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
It's more like a chair.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But
I've done better.
You've seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Yes.
Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
I love this game so much. And by this game, I mean Stanley Parable. Not that I dislike Minecraft.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
New game.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Because, of course, we're not actually going to open portals. The narrator does not know how to think with portals. Sad, sad man.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
That was probably the most difficult puzzle in the history of
Right,
Stanley
you know what?
Parable.
I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
I would have loved to
Which
play
is why,
Portal.
rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made.
Thank you.
The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley.
Goodbye.
Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Yay, hello Stanley Parable. This is the Stanley Parable, the original model for it. Trying to remember my way back. Don't actually. And by way back, I mean I'm trying to get back to room 427. Ah, there's the 2 doors. Get to room 427 before the game restarts. Oh, that's new. I might not make it. There it is. 427. Made it. Woo! We beat the game, guys! It's been beaten. Woo!
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. But now, it's time to get serious. SV cheats. Space 1 go.
Stanley, this is me being serious. In fact, this is my serious room. It's where I come to be serious. That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked at many, many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have.
We get it.
Which is why
Serious.
I brought you here.
Serious
You
time.
just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Stanley Parable. We're done.